All right, so we've learned that you are called to be a spiritual leader in your home and that it starts with leading yourself. And then now we're going to talk about moving on and leading your wife. And maybe some of the men are out there thinking, whoa, 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 you don't know my wife. This would be weird. It would be weird for me to try to lead her. She's very strong and independent and whatever. I encourage you. You can still lead your wife no matter who she is, no matter what kind of relationship you have. In fact, I'll say this, your wife wants you to lead her. Again, we're not talking about domineering, overbearing, overpowering your wife. We're talking about leading your wife. Let me give you some real practical tips if you think this is really difficult for you to do. I encourage you to try these 4 things. First of all, just simply pray for her. I don't mean kind of stand over the bed at night when she's asleep and pray over it. No, that's weird. I'm talking about in your own prayer time, on your own, just begin to pray. If you don't already do this, begin to pray specifically for your wife. Pray that God would bless her. Pray that God would encourage her. Pray for her in very specific ways. Pray for her as a mother. Pray for her as a wife. Pray for her as a woman, as a person. Learn to pray for your wife. This is incredibly important as a spiritual leader in her life that you pray for her. Second thing that I'd encourage, real basic, simple thing, is start a simple daily devotional with her. You can find one online. But begin to get, when you feel like you're ready to do that, just begin to get in the Word with her just a little bit every day. You can buy one online and go through a book. There's YouTube daily devotionals, whatever. But start a simple daily devotional with her. She'll love it. You'll love it too. It'll help your marriage. Third thing, go through foundations as a couple. You can find foundations online. It's the series 2 stuff. So if you go to rednotes.org, all the links are right there. You can download the booklet if you don't have one, and then go through these 6 videos and even go through the New Testament. Start reading the New Testament together. Do that as a couple. It'll strengthen and enhance your marriage. It's real easy and simple to go through. It'll be great for you as a man to learn how to lead this, because eventually you'll lead your kids through it. You'll lead friends at work through it, maybe people at church, and people in your neighborhood. And it's great to start with just going through this as a couple. Take some time and go through that as a couple. You'll be glad you did. And the last thing that I'd encourage you to do is to learn your wife's love language. Here are the 5 main ways that women and men find and express love. And it's important that you understand which one it is, 1 or 2 of these, that your wife really especially understands. Does she love words of affirmation? Is that how she feels loved? When you speak words of affirmation, does it just make her feel like you love her? You need to know that. Or is it more works of service, doing things for her, cleaning the dishes for her, mowing the lawn or whatever? Is that her love language? Is that how she feels loved? Or is it spending quality time with you? Is that her love language? Or is it physical touch? Is that her love language, when you're touching and holding hands and those sorts of things? Or is it just simply gift giving? Most women, there's 1 or 2 of these that's just really dominant. And you need to understand, men, that what your love language is not necessarily her love language. And if you're only loving her in your love language, maybe she's not feeling that love. So it's important for you to understand, learn the love language, and begin to practice it. Now I want to just show you Ephesians 5. It says this. We looked at this in the first video, but it says that husbands, you're supposed to love your wives as Christ loved the church. And here's how he did it. He gave himself up for her. So you can go maybe pause this and read the rest of this about how we're supposed to love our wives. But the biblical Christ-like love that Ephesians 5 is talking about is self-sacrificial love. So that means you need to find out what your wife's love language is, and you need to begin to love her in that particular language. So I challenge you, lead your wife. Try one of these real basic things and start to lead your wife, and see what God does in your own life, in your wife's life, in your marriage, as you step up to the plate and take on your responsibility of being the spiritual leader in your home. We'll see you in the next video.